So please share with us as to what motivated you to change your goal from being a civil services aspirant to be an army officer.
Karan, I belong to a middle class family. My father being a police officer. So I had the same kind of aspiration as any middle class man would have. I was aspiring for a secure and a sound career, which would, at that time, I thought, which would meet all my aspirations. So I was preparing for civil services. But I still remember the day, one day in my life, which changed my mood. I remember one of my classmates that day called me out of view. He was my classmate. So he called me up and he wanted me to accompany him to the school where we had studied. I remembered him. I remember him as a ordinary fellow, a boy with no distinction in games. So he was just an average student. But when he arrived at my house, I was pleasantly surprised. There was a marked change in him, or rather a startling change. This fellow, from being an ordinary fellow, is become something big. I was surprised. This classmate of mine, from being an average fellow, he was suddenly a very, very confident man, talking tall, walking tall, and he was walking as if he owned the whole world. He was, he had an aura around him. He was arrogant by not being arrogant, but that was ingrained into him. We went to the school. I still remember we are of the same height, and I felt as if he is taller than me. That was the change in him. He was walking with a grace. Cheetah is the right word. He was walking very gracefully, as if ready to explode into energy. We reached the principal's office. The principal received him there. Throughout the conversation we had with the principal, I could see there was kind of admiration in the eyes of the principal. Imagine a student that just passed out 6 years back and he is getting the same, such kind of admiration from a principal. So that was the day I decided, I was bowled over by the change in him. I decided, I felt also that army is a career for me.